I keep on winning with this team right here, which is the Reptile front lane, Aqua mid lane, and Bird on the back lane. Currently, I'm sitting on rank Hair 3, which puts me on the top 1900 position, and we'll see how far we can get through this video. So let's jump into game number 1. In the first game, we are facing a double Aqua and a plant mid lane with a leafy rune and a calcium armor on the front lane. Not a bad setup at all. We see a sleep that hits me. We see a hot bot, and I will not be able to play my bumpy. Honestly, not that big of a fan of bumpy anymore. Can I play these cards? Did I unlock my sleep? How did that happen? I mean, I could play the bumpy, or I could just play post-fight eggshell, but that reduces my my rune, so I don't deal that much damage. I will just go for the post-fight and for the red ear, so I have as much shield as I can, and we can heal up from the regenerator rune in the next round, while probably killing this, unless he plays a sponge. Let's go for the Babylonia, playing weak to me. Not a bad card at all. 70 damage. He did enhance it. Sleepless puts a daze, so I already got 3 burns and a daze in my draw pile. Uses the bubble as well. Not bad, not bad. I have the gill. I have, what should I can go for the gill. I think this is the best combo. I go for the gill, give myself a couple of bubbles. Tiny Turtle, his front lane doesn't actually. Wow, why did that only do 36? It should have dealt 46. Not sure what happened here. Really not sure what happened here, because he has 1 bubble, so that reduces 4 damage. And then I was supposed to deal 50 damage, which is not what happened. Not sure. Oh, I had a weak on myself, so 20% less. That was my bad. I should have been able to stun that front lane. He wouldn't be able to use that risky fish. Goes for the carrot, reduces that leaf. Risky fish as well, doing quite a lot of damage. Inkling, he still has 1 more card to use. Another Inkling. A lot of cards that are being shuffled into my discard pile. This is gonna get tough once we get through that deck. I do have a Shoal Star, so there's a potential to kill him right here, and I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. Gonna play the little owl, gonna play the catfish, finish him off with a Shoal Star, play the Nemo, and get the Mavis as well, because I wanna be able to get a couple of 0 costs on my team, on my cards. Getting that 1-0 cost next turn could be crucial. I do have the tiny dino. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use it. Does he have enough to kill me? He's probably sitting on a Shoal Star, so if he can get in range, he can kill me. If he can't, look at the amount of leaves that he's printing out. Alright, I would have to waste quite a lot of cards here. He did play a shield on it, so the question is, what do I do? I think Tiny Turtle this one, and then I just go for the tiny dino, because it might die, so I will go for the tiny dino, and I will go for the shield as well. I could get rid of these burns. Yeah, I could get rid of them with the clear, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I think I'll just take the damage, and I'll let my Mavis die. It says at the end of your turn regenerate, but he did just regenerate at the start, so I'm not sure what that is about as well. Does have a heal, he does have some shield, but I should be good enough with my stacking little owls on the back lane to kill that. You can see my little owl already dealing 82 damage. So as long as we can get a couple of those. I do have 2 bubbles, and if he cannot kill this reptile this round, it will be increasingly more difficult to kill it because of the 2 bubbles. Because of the regenerator rune, I will be healing about 40 damage, so it's gonna go up to 200. I'm not using the gill. I think I could go for the eggshell as well. That's definitely something that is worth looking at. Actually, I will go for the gill. And let's just preserve the life of my front lane, so I will go for the eggshell. Put a taunt on my bird. That way my front lane can heal up once again. Does have 5 leaves on that mid lane, so let's see what kind of cards I should need to get. Does attack my back lane. If I get a little owl in a post fight, I should be fine. Does go for the carrot. Let's see if he can finish it off. Not quite. Does disable it. Actually, no, it has to be initial on the double talk. So that's okay. Shoal Star, Little Owl post fight, that's fine. Little Owl and Shoal Star will do the trick. And now I can go for post fight, I can go for Risky Beast, and that backlane will slowly start disappearing as well. 182 health, there's no way that he can finish off my reptile as well. Regenerate a rune, very very strong if you have the taunts to accommodate that as well. The taunt is not ideal because of the rune that I'm running. I want to keep my bird as healthy as I can so that it can deal more damage, but if it needs to, it can also play that taunt and make sure that the reptile can stay alive for a little bit longer like it did in this game. Let's go for the catfish, let's go for the tricky, and let's go for the shield. Not a good draw again. I'm not gonna get a good draw next turn because I do have the daze and the burn. We'll see how that goes though. Still a lot of cards to be drawn from. He's getting a lot of revenge cards as well, and he's just gonna surrender. So you can see how this team can outplay our opponent with the use of taunt as well as the regenerator rune. Let's jump into game number 2 and see whether we can repeat this. And in the second game, we are facing a team that I haven't really seen before. It's a triple reptile. Back lane does have a regenerator rune. The front lane and the mid lane is exactly the same, other than the rune, other than the horn. Front lane does have a bumpy, and let's look at the rune. It does have a poison touch, so you apply 1 poison to attacker, take 20% less damage from poisoned enemies. Wow! This is an interesting team, because these two, although they only have 320 health, they are permanently taking 20% less damage, because he can poison my whole team, as he does have plenty of poison cards. He has the green thorns on both of these Axies, and then he has a green thorn on the back lane. Doesn't have the small frill, which also applies poison. Doesn't have the yam, but it does have the gila. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe he didn't get a green thorns around 1. Does actually go for a skip. Hopefully he's not AFK, because that's not gonna make for a good game. Oh, I apply 20%. I mean, I'll apply poison to myself when attacking. That is not good. That is not good. So I'm already dealing less damage to these two because I applied poison to myself. I mean, that is an interesting team, thinking about it now. I mean, 20% less damage, that is quite a lot. And then if you get green thorns and you get small frills, I think tiny dinos are a little bit better because you can retain them, so you can quickly cycle through to the green thorns again, so you can get as many poison stacks as you can. I think he's lacking a bunch of 0 costs. This card is a good card, but maybe something else is a little bit better. Does it banish? Yeah, you need a couple of banish cards in that as well. I think my opponent might just be AFK. If that's the case, we'll jump into the next game. I do have a couple of stacks of poison on myself, but that should not be an issue. Let's get rid of that mid lane. Play all of the cards that I have. Not too much to think about there. And although my opponent did skip a couple of rounds, I think this team is still a great little team that he has built with the reptiles. A couple of things that he could improve on, but nonetheless, the idea is there with those poison and the poison runes. Interesting, very interesting to look at. But let's just try and get as much damage there as we can. Probably retain the tiny dino, let it stack up a little bit more. And it's also a 0 cost now. So that makes it easier, and my opponent does surrender. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this team. We do finish the games on a rank. Let me just check here, 2, which puts us in the top 1,400. I'll probably continue this series until we get all the way up to Challenger, which is currently rank top 10. Only top 10 people are Challengers so far, which is interesting. Let me guys know what you think about this team. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel for daily playthrough content, and I will see you in the next one.